Boeing has reportedly sold a passenger 747-8 parked up in the Mojave Desert. The aircraft was due to go to Lufthansa, being painted in the airline's colors. However, the aircraft never ended up with the German flag carrier. Let's look at what's happening to the new jumbo jet. In recent years, orders for the Boeing 747-8 were quite rare. However, despite the manufacturer pulling the plug on the Queen of the Skies production, a couple of last-minute orders continued to trickle through. In January, Atlas Air placed an order for the last 747-8s to roll off of the production line. Now, an unnamed customer has laid claim to an already built aircraft. This week, Boeing released its order figures for February. Generally, most were as expected, and we saw that the plane maker had posted its first month of net increase in orders since November 2019. However, there was one thing in particular that stood out. The manufacturer reported an unfilled order for the passenger variant of the 747-8. The order is attributed to an unidentified customer in an unnamed country. Less than satisfactory information. However, while we don't know where the aircraft is going, we have some clues about where it once came from. The publication Scramble suggests that the aircraft sold is line number 1435. According to data from planespotters.net, this aircraft was due to go to Lufthansa as Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee Echo. However, Lufthansa did not take up the aircraft. Instead, Boeing gave it the test registration of November 6067 uniform before it eventually became November 828 Bravo Alpha. The aircraft, now 10 years old, is currently sitting at Victorville in the Mojave Desert. According to Scramble, Boeing asked Lufthansa if it could keep the plane and reduce the German flag carrier's order accordingly. It would make sense for this particular aircraft to be the one that has been sold to the undisclosed customer. For starters, Boeing already stopped making passenger 747-8s. With only 3 airlines taking the type, the pool of potential aircraft is tiny. While Boeing was unable to tell us which aircraft had been sold, a spokesperson confirmed to Simple Flying that this was a previously built aircraft. Sadly, the end of the Boeing 747 era is slowly coming, especially when it comes to passenger variants. Furthermore, with the current situation, many airlines have even retired their older 747-400 fleets. Sadly, the 747-8 was already behind its time when it was released, with only 3 airlines even taking the plane. Instead, smaller, more fuel-efficient twin-jet aircraft such as the Boeing 787 Dreamliner are now preferred. However, there is still a considerable market for freighter 747s, and given that some are still yet to be built, it'll likely be many years before the very last Boeing 747 flight. Who do you think might be purchasing this passenger 747-8? Give us your best guess by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you go.